No, WCCO's Jeff Wagner is in the Nokomis area where neighborhood watch has taken on a whole new meaning. Jeff?
Yeah, we're here on South 34th Avenue intersection with East 51st Street, and I can guarantee you, if someone tried to drive or walk by this area, there will be eyes on you, and that has been the case for several nights well into the morning.
We did see suspicious vehicles. That was confirmed.
As nightfall approaches,
take a picture, take a video of it, don't engage.
Preparation begins.
Really, we're all just going to look out for our own corridors.
Neighbors along this South Minneapolis block have been patrolling the area from sundown to sunup, fearing their businesses might be a looter's next target after watching the city around them burn for several nights.
It is a high-stress time.
So they're channeling that stress through action, wearing vests and monitoring any vehicle or person passing through in a non-confrontational manner.
Every approach is, hello, how are you? Are you lost? Can I help you? And with that, at the very least, it is somebody has seen you, somebody knows that you're in the area.
And everybody sort of has their task.
Sarah Dutton says keeping the peace in the nights ahead doesn't mean they've forgotten why this all happened.
And of course, like, we're heartsick about what happened to George. Like, that is the main focus point here. And we have to remember that this is all about George.
It's bringing about a sense of community these neighbors never expected.
So we have just about every walk of life. We are banding together. We have become a much more cohesive group.
And it's one they plan to maintain beyond their city's darkest hours.
That's just how Minneapolis folks are. That's what we do. We get out there, we help each other.
And now you're getting a live look at a quiet street, partially due to these construction barriers that they're using to prevent people from driving in this area. And it's not just this specific location where we're seeing these patrol efforts by neighbors. People have been riding by on bicycles, sharing how they're doing this on different blocks. Reg Chapman had that story earlier, Frank and Amelia, in North Minneapolis, where those people were patrolling by car and spotted that fire overnight. So North Minneapolis down to South Minneapolis, neighborhoods are taking back their streets.
Absolutely. Hey, Jeff, I have a quick question for you. There is a curfew, so
Yep.
have they talked to maybe officials around the area to let them know and be aware that they're just there to guard their neighborhood?
I think there's maybe been some sort of collective understanding because there was an incident last night. Rumors started to spread that there was maybe a fire at the library. And so when 911 was called, you had National Guards members, you had firefighters show up here, and it was these people patrolling, let them know there isn't a fire, it's a false alarm, please get back to those issues that you need to address. You know, they had this area under control, so there hasn't been any sort of you need to go back in your neighborhood. It seems they're allowed to some extent to patrol this area.
Peacefully. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Communities around Minneapolis are coming together to protect their neighborhoods.
Let's get to Jeff Wagner. He has more on that story for us this evening. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, good evening, Frank. Good evening, Amelia. We're back again in South Minneapolis, Nokomis area. We are at South 34th Avenue and East 51st Street. Earlier in the show, you saw my story about the preparations. Now you're seeing all those preparations in action. We've got the people of this community who formed their own neighborhood watch in a way that they probably never expected over a week ago. But they're not just parked on this corner. They are moving up and down these blocks, patrolling this area to ensure that their neighborhood is not the next to experience looting, to experience those riots, to experience those fires. And they've been doing this for several nights, kind of getting themselves organized. Simple, but also sophisticated. We just heard as they keep their eyes on everyone who are passing through this intersection, they're looking at license plates. If the cars have license plates, as we've learned over the past few days, they're getting ready to take pictures, take videos, but they're also non-confrontational. They're not aggressive. They're saying, hi, can I help you? How are you? Are you lost? Because I understand that might be the case for some people who are on the road at this hour, but not everyone on the road at this hour has the best intentions. One thing that's working to their advantage in this specific neighborhood is there's construction projects happening, which has kind of put these barriers in place that were already here, but that's helping slow the traffic that is coming by, giving them a chance to keep a closer eye on everyone. I'll turn back over in this direction. We have a library, and this is a part of the neighborhood that people definitely want to protect beyond the businesses. And we saw people earlier with flashlights looking in the bushes. As David Schumann mentioned, people are finding these water bottles filled with gasoline in certain parts of neighborhoods. Well, there were rumors about a potential fire there last night, so today they were back again, checking the bushes, looking for anything that might have been left behind. And after talking with all the people in this neighborhood earlier, it's clear they're going to do what's necessary to protect what's theirs.
Our goal is peaceful, non-confrontational, but we report everything. If we see something, we say something.
This is our neighborhood. This is our community. Don't come and mess with it. You're going to get in trouble because we're not going to tolerate it.
Joining us back live again, South Minneapolis, Nokomis area. I just want to peek down the street. You can see how quiet it is in Minneapolis tonight. Again, a stark contrast from what we've seen, going back to last Tuesday through Saturday night. Nick Luneman, our photographer, was here last night. You saw those businesses over there. He was doing an interview and a live shot here with Norman Seawright. At one point, they had people on top of those businesses.
Jeff, a question about that.
Keeping an eagle eye out.
Armed, not
Go on,
armed,
Frank.
some of each. What do you know?
The most I've seen in terms of armament would be a flashlight. And one of the men over here who's on his bicycle, kind of doing his own patrols, has a unique baseball bat attachment to his bike. So it goes back to my point, Frank, about not being aggressive here, about just having that presence and simply making sure people know you're being watched and we're ready to call 911 if necessary.
A lot of eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.